All right, I'm here with part two. I had to grab me a bowl of cereal. Baby, I got some Reese's Puffs. Not Reese's Puffs. Yeah, that's what they call it. I was about to say Reese's Pieces. No, Reese's Puffs is the cereal, right? I was like, man, this is probably a bag of sawdust and rat droppings. Know how these companies be working? Like, this is probably some crap, bro. But it tastes damn good. Okay, so anyway, back to this movie, right? So Blue and his little boo mama, they is like finna get to hunching, right? And I'm thinking like, y'all got too much clothes on for spontaneous sex. Like Blue got on suspenders and junk. This lady, she got on like a boo-boo or some shit. Like, girl, come on now. This is y'all. Look, y'all need to be hoeing better in the 1930s for real. Now the scene cuts to Red, old man Jenkins, cousin preacher, and cornbread, right? And I want to know what's in this truck. What is in this truck to where you got to be shooting folks for trying to go win it? Like, now granted, it could be anything. It could be anything. Like, if you try to just steal my lucky pair of shoes, then yeah, show your ass might get shot. But these niggas is on some spooky shit. I already know. Some freaky ass shit is in this truck, bro. Some vampire shit. Yo, so this white man, like, falls, right? Like, the scene cuts to this white man, and he, like, falls, perhaps off of a truck, right? And he's, like, running to this door, right? You know, he's trying to knock on the door for help, and his back is smoking. And I'm looking at this whole time, y'all. I sat here looking at this scene. I was like, dang, his back smoking. I was like, that's a pretty bad sunburn. I was like, wow, I didn't know white people's backs actually, like, smoked when they got a sunburn. I was like, Jesus Christ, like, wow, right? Then I realized this motherfucker a vampire. Like, y'all, I'm sitting here thinking white people really be smoking when they sunburn. I'm like, damn, that looks quite painful. This motherfucker probably a vampire. That's probably what was on the back of that motherfucking truck. Now, recall that truck had a tarp over the back of it. Like, at first I thought, okay, he just trying to cover his business up. Who knows? He might be selling some dildos or something. He just embarrassed to be on the road with that, right? But it could also be some motherfucking vampires you try to cover up from the sun and from unsuspecting passerbys. Like, I don't know if I'm just high, but they really needed to make the first vampire black because the burning was very confusing. Because if I saw a black person burning, I would immediately be like, oh, something is wrong. Okay, like sizzling and cooking in the sun, something is wrong, right? But seeing a white person burning, I was like, oh, wow. Like, I didn't know that they really, like, sizzle like a skillet, you know? Like, I thought he just had a sunburn. Ooh, now I only heard half the conversation between the white man and the white people who answered the door. Now, I told y'all this bootleg version is so bootleg. Like, I guess that's how I got the name, right? But, low-key, y'all, I might go to the movie theater and watch this movie because, like, it's given they might have earned their ticket sale. Like, I'm feeling bad about bootlegging this, but we'll see, right? But anyway, this white guy, like I said, I can only hear half of what he said. But he drops to his knees. I think he says, I gotta see my wife or something. But then some Klan robes pop up on the screen. So clearly, these folks are Klan people. So now I'm thinking, hold up, is Red and Blue turning racist white people into vampires? Because, like, I like this. But that can't be it. Because the preacher was also on some freaky shit in the beginning of this movie. So, like, oh, my God. Yeah. So the white man had fell on his knees, right? Yo, I got goosebumps. Hold up. And he was like, I got gold. They didn't take everything. Please don't let those dirty engines get me, right? I'm like, engines? What? What are you talking about? I was confused by this conversation because at one point, the white couple who answered the door, they was like, oh, you sure wasn't no fair-skinned niggers or whatever, right? And then I realized, okay, the white man was saying some Indians had got him, but he was calling them engines, right? And then the couple said, oh, there's no engines around here. You sure wasn't no fair-skinned black people, right? Then the white guy said, no, they was Indians. Please, let me in. I have gold. They didn't take it all. I'll give this to you, right? So then the couple was like, oh, okay, come on in, right? Yo. So the Indians pull up, right? And they at the door, and they was like, hey, we looking for this guy, and we think he may have been around this area. Like, have y'all seen him? So the white lady at the door is like, no, right? So the Indian guy was like, are you sure? Because, like, he's not what he seems, right? So then she pulls out her gun and she calls her husband, right? So the Indian guy said, he's not what he seems. God forbid you invite him into your house. Y'all, he is a vampire. And they invited him in. You know, vampires can't get into your house unless you invite them in. He finna eat these motherfuckers. Yo, I gotta watch this in the theater because the French subtitles, I don't know what the Native Americans are saying to each other because the subtitles are in French. Like, who the fuck uploaded this shit? Show yourself, bro. And guess the fuck what? They did indeed get ate the fuck up. And that's what the fuck they get for being racist. Because when them Native Americans came to your door, it was like, hey, like, has this shady white dude been around? You should be like, yeah, this weird dude did come right here. But no, you decided to uphold white supremacy. The only thing you saw was whiteness and engines, right? And now look at your goofy ass. Got gobbled up like a motherfucking Thanksgiving turkey with your dumb ass. Like, what? So they cut the screen to everybody at the juke joint trying to get it ready for the grand opening tonight, right? So they showed this dude on the ladder fixing the lights. First of all, I was like, damn, they had lights in the 1930s. I like, shit, y'all. Like, when I tell y'all, I have been doing edibles way less, so now I take one bite and I be cooked, right? But anyway, yo, they showed the light post, right? And it's those light posts, like those big wooden ones, where the electrical lines be hanging off of them. They look just like the ones today, and it's crazy because on 2 separate occasions in the last week, I looked at some light posts in 2 different locations, and them bitches was leaning. I was like, okay, at what point do the city say, oh, like, we need to come, like, straighten these hoes up, or, you know, like, put some new ones in or something? Now I'm looking at this, I'm like, these probably them same light posts, because they standing up straight in this movie, but, phew, today, not so much. So folks pulling up to the club, and one of them, I think it was Blue, he was like, welcome to Club Juke. Yo, the music playing is some piano music. They're like, the like, not even no upbeat shit. This could be church music. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. If I was a 1930s bitch, I'd be like, y'all gonna have to turn this bitch up a little bit. Like, okay, I get it's early in the evening, you know, like nowadays, you know, the DJ don't play the hits until good like 11 p.m. when folks is in there. Okay, like, I get it, this is the ladies free before 10 type of crowd, right? Okay, but you gotta do a little better than that. Like, you could get a little, you know, a little outfitted or something. Like, all right, they in here frying fish and whatnot. Okay, I love that because I can't stand when I go somewhere they got nothing to eat. Like, y'all gotta at least have like the drinking foods. Like, certain foods, all places that serve liquor need to have. Like, okay, some chicken wings for the cadaver folk. You know what I'm saying? Some French fries or something. You know, like those heavy foods that soak that liquor up, right? Now, y'all know I was born and raised a vegetarian. Some of y'all be like, what, how are you fat? Because, bitch, vegetarians don't do photosynthesis. Like, are you fucking dumb? Like, you can still eat and gain weight. Like, what? But anyway, right? Y'all know what? Nobody no damn vegetarians in the 1930s. If I was around back then, you know, like, I'd be like, okay, like, this club, you know, like, I'm gonna do my little review. The music could be better, but I'm hoping they get it, like, the fuck together with the blues off of whatever they supposed to have, right? But I'm like, okay, they got some good catfish. Like, where the hot sauce at? Like, okay, so it's getting a decent enough review for now. Because, like I said, I understand it's early in the night. So, the music, I'm assuming, is going to be more promising. Because, you know, Cornbread, Old Man Jenkins, and Cousin Preacher is coming to throw the fuck down. So, I'm expecting some boppity bops. Like, I hate these curly perms and jerry curls and shit these niggas got in their heads. Like, this remind me of the autobiography of Malcolm X. Was that him when he was doing that curly perm in his hair and he couldn't wash it out? Like, something was wrong with the water, the pipes. So he had to dump his head in the toilet. Like, y'all, when I tell you one of their hair, it was either blue or red. Looked like that girl who put that Gorilla Glue on her hair. Like, no way y'all niggas was walking around with this shit thinking that y'all was cooking. Like, what the fuck? But that goes to show you how deep texturism is. Like, black people hate their hair types. That's where all this comes from, of course, right? Black people hate their hair types, and they'll walk around with their shit looking fucked up just as long as they can say that it ain't nappy. Like, what the fuck? I'd have been cooking these niggas in the 1930s. I'm so sorry. Like, this shit was tore up. And, of course, you know, beauty standards change over time. So, I bet in the 1930s, motherfuckers was really like, damn, like, that's a fresh-ass cock, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all niggas was looking like a do-ra-do. Like, the fuck? But you know what? It's crazy because in another, it's been like 90 years. In another 90 years, folks gonna be looking back on all this self-hatred and colorism and hair texturism and so that we currently engage in and be like, y'all look stupid as fuck. Like, that's actually a very, very nice thought. Yo, so Red is mad. Red the one with the bad attitude. I don't like Red. So he mad because apparently they have some fake form of currency here, right? And this first got called out when Blue went to go see his boo mama, right? And he was like, you taking this fake ass money from customers, right? So she said, yeah, like, this is not Chicago, whatever. He was like, oh, I can give you some real money. That's what she was like. I don't want that shit. Like, You been dancing with the devil, and indeed this nigga has, okay? But anyway. So somebody just came to the bar at the juke joint. He was like, "Oh, I don't have 50 cents for the beer, but I got 30 cents, and then these, that fake currency that they're using, right?" So Blue and his boo mama, they accept it, and Red is mad, right? So he takes him in the back. He's like, "This is not no house party. Like we actually trying to, be legit in this bitch. We only taking US dollars, right?" So then Blue says, "Yo, he worked in the field all day for that shit. So that's real money here." And then his boo mama was like, "Yeah, this is not Chicago. These people not like balling like that, right?" And that's wild. You telling me he worked all day in the field and then white people gave him fake money? Like, bro, and then, y'all, is this not like insanity? Then they'll say, "Oh, there's a racial wealth gap because black people are lazy." Yo, what? I'm sorry, but here come the white girl, Lil Becky. No, the bitch named Lil Mary. But here she comes to the door, right? So the black dude at the door, Cornbread was at the door. Basically, he like the bouncer, right? He was like, "Oh," like, first of all, he took his hat off. I'm like, "You ain't take your hat off for the black woman, so like what?" But anyway, he take his hat off. He like, "Oh, excuse me, ma'am, are you sure you're at the right place?" And she was like, "Yeah, dog diggity, I am cornbread and collard greens." And he was like, "Oh, Lil Mary," and she was like, "Yeah, home diggity." And I'm sorry, but like something about a straight up white person, this bitch is white. This bitch is white, right? And we pretended this bitch is black. Like, that goes to show you the deep hatred that white people have for blackness. Somebody can be 95% white and 5% black, and white people will pretend that they're black based off of that and push them into the black community. Like, when you think about how crazy that is, how deeply they hate us, it's like, whoa. It's a very sobering thought. It is, because black people, we don't hate white people like that. Now, don't get me wrong, we have every right to. Absolutely. That's like telling, an antelope not to hate a lion, right? But we don't. We really just want them to leave us alone. So it's like crazy when you see something like this that puts into perspective how much they hate us, because it's really not reciprocated. And I'm not on turn the other cheek, be the bigger person shit. That's not what I'm saying. No, I believe in an eye for an eye and a tooth for a damn tooth, right? But the reality is that after centuries of them not viewing us as humans, we can't even wrap our minds around how their emotions work. Wow. So Red just said to Blue, "Yo, first of all, I think this nigga said when you was selling ass, would you have accepted the promissory note? I definitely gotta go watch this shit in theaters, cause hold up, like, I hope that ain't what I just heard, bro." But anyway, so I went and I Googled promissory note, right? So a bunch of crap popped up, nothing that I was looking for. So then I Googled promissory note USA, and still nothing popped up. So then I Googled promissory note Jim Crow, and finally what I was looking for popped up, right? Mind you, this wasn't even on the Wikipedia page for promissory note. They had some section for England and Wales and the Code of Hammurabi, but didn't mention this. Like, what? So in the Jim Crow South, promissory notes, also known as IOUs, played a significant role in the credit economy, particularly for African Americans. These notes, essentially promises to pay, were used as a form of currency, with individuals endorsing them to shopkeepers and receiving goods or services at a discounted price, effectively creating high-interest loans. The Jim Crow era was marked by significant economic inequality and racial discrimination. Many black individuals had limited access to traditional banking and credit, leading them to rely on promissory notes for transactions. Promissory notes were used like money. Someone would receive a note from another person promising to pay a certain amount at a future date. This note could then be endorsed, signed over to a shopkeeper who would receive payment at the agreed upon date. Shopkeepers often discounted these notes, meaning that the recipient would receive goods or services for less than the face value of the note. This created a form of high-interest debt, trapping many black individuals in cycles of poverty. The use of promissory notes in the Jim Crow South also had another dimension. For a contract, including a promissory note, to be binding, both parties must understand their obligations and enter into the agreement freely. This required whites to recognize black people's legal personhood and ability to enter into contracts. Now, first of all, that shit in the end sound like some shit that was on paper but not actually, in, like, effect, right? In practice. Because I bet you white folks forced a lot of black people into promissory notes. Are you kidding me? You really think they were like, "Oh, no, like, I'm only going to do this if you agree with me, buddy"? Are you serious? You really think those black people had the option to say, "No, I don't want this high interest loan"? Are you serious? And the white folks wouldn't just be like, "Nigga, shut up," and kill them? Like, what? Like, are you, like, you can't be for real. But anyway, it's interesting hearing about this. I've never heard of this, right? And it's crazy to hear all the ways that we were oppressed. We are oppressed. Hold up. current tense, right? But it's crazy to hear about all of this because it's like we don't learn this in school. We learn about Rosa Parks sitting at the back of the bus, and that's kind of it, right? And then you grow up and you encounter a bunch of white people talking about, oh, black people are, doing worse because they're lazy. And a lot of black people internalize that because they don't know any better. They don't know that shit like this has been happening in this country for hundreds of years. We're barely a few decades out of this. So, of course, there's going to be current day, telltales of this. Like, this shit is insane. Okay, let me make two comments. First of all, Cousin Preacher sees Lil Becky, right? And he approaches her. He's like, excuse me, ma'am, I don't think you should be here, right? And I would like to point out how he took his hat off, too. And again, I don't like the fact that these black men are taking their hats off for the white woman, but not the black woman. Because he was just standing there talking to that black girl who he was flirting with at the train station. And he had his hat on for the entire conversation. But now he take it off when he see Lil Becky. Like, what? So then, anyway, he like, yeah, I don't think you should be here. And she was like, boy, if you don't get the fuck out of my face. Again, I don't like how this white bitch keep calling grown black men boys. Like, the fuck? Like, I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. That's the second thing I forgot to say too, right? Like, that shit is racist. That shit is racist. And y'all finna be like, well, Flower Tower, you just called that one black woman a girl. First of all, y'all know good and fucking well that black women say girl or boy, and it's completely fucking different. Shut the fuck up. Like, before you even say that dumbass shit. And then second of all, I don't know how old Cousin Preacher is, but I think he grow. I don't know. And I know y'all finna be like, oh, well, Lil Becky is a black woman, so she's using it the same way that black women use it. No, it didn't even have the same tone. Like, the way she said it was full of racism. Boy, if you don't get the fuck out of my way. Like, no, it wasn't like a black woman saying it. See, and that's my thing about, these one-droppers, these biracials and stuff. Y'all might claim that y'all black, but the black don't be blacking, right? Like, you might put on some mannerisms. You might try really hard, right? But that cave gonna creep out every single time. So when Lil Becky realizes that Cousin Preacher is Red and Blue's cousin, she's like, golly gee willikers, you're old enough to drink now, little Sam? With a guitar in my home diggity? Let me get you a drink, buddy-o. And, they go over to the bar, right? And, they're painting this image, right? They're painting this image. Like, when Lil Becky goes up to the bar, the Chinese woman is like, oh, hey, Mary. And then, there's a black woman sitting at the bar. She just casually, whatever, right? They're painting this image that this woman is a black person. And it's like, I had this thought to myself, right? Can we ever imagine the opposite? Can we ever imagine somebody who looks like me going into a white club and being like, oh yeah, I'm one of y'all, I'm just black passing, right? How would that have went for me, right? Like, or the person who looked like me, right? It would never have happened, right? But they're painting this image of normalcy, and this is not normal. This is a white woman. Even if the one drop rule was the law of the land at this time, right? Because y'all are going to argue, well, that was a different time, right? The reality remains that this is a white woman. And white people hate blackness so much that they will pretend that you black and hate you too if you even have one speck of it in you. Like, that shit is crazy. So Cousin Preacher just asked little Becky, he said, what are you? And then she says, my mother's father was half black. Wait, hold up. I had heard that wrong. Let me go back and listen because what? Hold up. Yeah, she just said my mother's daddy was half black. So your mama was a quadroon, a quarter black, and you're an octoroon, an eighth black. And we really sitting here pretending that you black. And it's crazy because prior to this, admittance by her, right? I bet y'all was going to be in the comments talking about blackness coming all shades. That's a melanin queen. That's just as much of a black woman as you and me. I already knew that was coming, right? But this woman just literally admitted she is literally white. Like, y'all, one eighth black. And we pretended that this is a black woman at all. We pretended that this makes sense. Right? Y'all are saying, like, oh, white people view them as so-and-so. Okay, that's good for white people. That does not make sense. The hatred for black people is so deep that y'all will pretend that an octoroon is black? Y'all, an eighth black. That is 12.5%. Would y'all believe that according to my DNA ancestry results, I'm like 14% white? So I am more white than this woman is black. And look at me. Clearly, I look like a black person, right? And clearly, she looked like a white person. But for some reason, folks will pretend that she is black, and nobody will ever pretend that I am white. Isn't that crazy? I'm whiter than she is black. That's insane. And we sit here pretending that this woman is black. And again, folks are gonna be in my comments about flower talking. That's the diversity of blackness. The black woman had an Eve, geez, so and so and so. You know, us alcoholic queens can look like anything. Y'all are literally delusional. Y'all mama flew over the cuckoo's nest when she was pregnant with y'all because what the fuck? Oh my god, little Becky need to stop. She's talking like, dog diggity. You taught me how to fight. I'll beat up every bitch in here. First of all, I don't like white women calling black women no bitches. You know what I'm saying? It's different from different demographics of people. Like, you know, if a black woman's like, oh bitch, like, okay, that's one thing. But a white woman, like, oh no, you know, something off about that, right? But then also, girl, you get your white ass, you get the motherfucking casserole stopped out your ass. Shut the fuck up. Like, I took this as an insult to me as well because I stand with those black women in there. Girl, quit sneak this before you get your ass whooped. Shut up. So Red was like, I also taught you how to get the fuck on. First of all, he keep hoeing this bitch. But then he was like, you got you a rich white husband. You got you a farm to go home to. Like, fuck out of here, right? And I'm just like, it's crazy because she replies and says, I didn't ask for none of that. Girl, you had kids with a white man for a reason. You are aware of your privilege, and you want to make sure that you and your kids can get some more. You know good and well that even if Red had not been in Chicago, your ass wouldn't have had no damn kids with no motherfucking black man. Like, shut up. Then, y'all, Lil Becky gonna reply, dog diggity, I didn't want that. I didn't want a white man. I didn't want to be white. I wanted to be with you. What the fuck like, what? Wait, hold up. So you said that you became white because I went to Chicago? Like, what? Clearly, it sounds like you wanted to be white. Because if you ain't want to be white, you would not be white, right? But then this is the other thing. The fact that you have a choice in it, maybe that means you're not black, okay? Because look at me. I don't have a choice of deciding, hey, I want to be white. Hey, damn, I don't want to be white. Bitch, I'm just black, okay? Like, so when y'all come to my comments, one day we was all black in the eyes of the Lord. Well, bitch, the eyes of the Lord need some motherfucking bifocals. Need some spectacles, bitch, because something is amiss with that vision. Wait, I gotta rewind. I gotta pause. Let's go back to what she said. My mama's daddy was half black. And folks just took that as, oh yeah, makes sense. Yeah, okay, makes sense that you're here. Like, that is so wildly ridiculous. That is insanity. Hold up, these niggas chatting. Where is the vampires at? I just remember. Hold up. Where the fuck is the vampires? This nigga Red might as well be a Twitter nigga in 2025. Because this profession of love was basically, I love one women. Like, this nigga will fit right in with y'all. Like, for real, for real, for real. Okay, the music is getting better. Old man Juke is on the keys. I'm like, hold up. I thought you was the harmonica man. Like, okay, you a man of many talents, right? But he on the keys. He put a little something. It was like, okay, like, I could get my little shoulder popping to this or whatever. Like, they still need to turn this shit up a bit, you know, but like, this is better than that bullshit they was playing at the start of the evening for sure. Yo, whoever recorded this bootleg, why they just scrape something up against the camera or something? Because like, for a second, the audio of the movie went out and you heard like this sound. Like, is you for real? Like, damn, like, I can't complain because it's free, but you really pushing it for real. Now, hold up, back to the motherfucking vampires. Where the fuck is the vampires at? Because how do we get from this to Cousin Preacher in the beginning, like, being spooked the fuck out with a broken guitar? Like, what the fuck is finna go down tonight? Like, bitch, the freaks really come out at night type shit. Like, what? This is where Michael Jackson got the idea for Thriller, because some freaky shit finna happen, bro. I already know. Okay, this shit Cousin Preacher cooking on the guitar, like, I could get with this. Like, I ain't gonna play the audio because, baby, I'm already pushing it doing this review of this bootlegged ass movie. But, like, he got the guitar strums, the guitar string strumming it, like, he like, I'm saying, yada, yada, like, I could kind of get to this, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we definitely doing better on the musical front. Damn, that recall this movie got French subtitles. As he's singing, this shit is coming up in French. And y'all know I cannot speak French, but I can read some of it sometime, right? Some of it, because earlier I couldn't read that shit, right? But I'm looking at the translations of this shit, like, as he said it in English, I'm looking at the French version. I'm like, this shit sucks in French, bro. Like, damn, like, you really should learn different languages, because if you just listening to some shit translated, it's like, this shit is actually going to be fucking ass. Like, Now I see why I can't hear shit. Whoever is recording this movie is shifting around and shit, bro. Like, I don't know if they got their coat draped over the camera or what, but you can hear they ass shifting. And sometimes it's shifting. I'm like, ooh, good, stop there. Like, this sounds really good. Or like sometimes the camera move a little bit and it comes in a really clear focus. I'm like, ooh, that's good. But then it like immediately goes back to the raggedy shit. That's why I can't hear shit. Yo, hold up, I'm getting scared, bro. So as Cousin Preacher is singing, you know, he doing this, right? The screen cuts to like Old Man Jenkins and Cousin Preacher talking. I'm guessing this was before the juke joint opened up. So like the way that the filmography is cutting to them talking before the juke place opened up that night and then cutting back to the scene, it almost seems like Cousin Preacher is high, right? Like in a modern day movie, right? If I saw this sort of filmography, right? Like, you know, when somebody's having a trip off of like some drug or something, the music kind of like in your ears, it gets further away, and the film, it starts to again kind of look like you in a bubble, right? It's kind of like that. Like you know, if this movie wasn't about like no freaky ass vampire shit, then I would think, you know, like just looking at this scene, they high off some shit, right? But Old Man Jenkins says to Cousin Preacher, yeah, this is different. It's not like that religion they forced on us. We brought this from back home. Like, this is our shit. Is whatever, right? And I'm like, hold up. Because he finna have some African juju shit, right? Like, what, right? But then I'm also kind of looking, because I hope that they don't paint African spirituality in a negative light in this movie. But y'all, I'm getting spooked. Hold up, because, Chile, they finna explain some shit. Ooh, now the narrator came back. Hold up, because she said this in the beginning. There are legends of people who are born with the gift of making music so good that it can blend the lines between the living and dead. Ooh, Chile. I think that's what she said, because again, the audio is fucked up. I thought it was the cinematography, you know, like they was stressing this point. Like I said, it looks like somebody's on drugs tripping, but it might just be the person recording has the camera muffled right now. Like I said, I probably need to go see this in theaters for real. Child, she just said, oh yeah, they can blend the, you know, the veil between the living and dead, whatever word she used. Like I said, I can't hear it, y'all. But she said they can conjure spirits from the past, and then it showed like an ancestor like playing a flute or something, right? And then she said, and the future. And it shows this guy in like the 1980s or something playing an electric guitar. Chile, hold up, what's finna happen? Because, hold up, like I said, the freaks really come out at night. Because recall, in the beginning of this movie, Cousin Preacher was like, oh, I'll be here in time for church in the morning. Because his daddy told him, like, stop hanging with the devil because he'll follow you home. Like, you need to stay and practice discernment for church. He was like, oh, no, I'm going to go hang with red and blue. I'll be back in time. Chile, what is finna go down? This scene is so cool. Like I said, y'all, I might turn around and actually watch this in theater so I can hear everything. And so, like, I can just see this, like, and they deserve the money, y'all. Like, because remember, she said, oh, they can conjure spirits from the past and the future, right? So they show Cousin Preacher playing the guitar, right? And then, like, the camera spins around, and it's like the 1990s, and somebody has, like, a beatbox, and they like, yo, Preacher Boy is playing the guitar, so and so and so. And then the camera spins again, and it's like some ancestors in the 1800s, you know, like, doing, like, early African-American music, and then it spins again. It's like some Africans in Africa beating drums and shit, like, yo, I don't know if I'm high, if this shit is really just hitting. It could be both. But could it be neither? I don't think it could be neither, because I'm definitely high. But I also feel like this shit is definitely hitting. Like, hold up. Damn, the camera just spun around again. It's like, let's do it. Bitches shaking ass in the club. I was just saying, like, I was just thinking, I didn't say it when I was saying the music was kind of whack. I was like, where is the shaking ass music? But here we go, that old translated into some real nigga shit in the future. Like, okay, y'all, I'm confused. So Cousin Preacher is playing, like, and he playing so hard, the camera starts to look up at the ceiling, and the ceiling is on fire. And I'm like, okay, I think that was just editing. You know, like, they just wanted to make it look cool as we, you know, go to the next scene. But, like, I see a piece of, like, ember falling down. I'm like, did this motherfucker really just burn down? What is going on, y'all? Let me watch and report back. Hold up. This motherfucker did just burn down. Hold up, right? So everybody is currently still dancing. They're in this trance, this musical trance, right? And the fire is still burning around them. And then, like, the camera starts to pan out. and the white vampires are there. Y'all, what is finna go down? What is finna go down? Whatever's finna happen, the black folks is gonna lose. Cause recall, cousin preacher gonna go to church tomorrow on some freaky vampire shit. Cause he was definitely bleeding out his neck. How the white folks was, okay? And now I'm like, hold up, cause the juke joint burned down. So the white people don't need to be invited in, even though that's not a house. So would they need to be invited into any building, like, or is it just houses? I don't know, right? But why was they standing out here? I feel like they couldn't go in, and now that they burned down, maybe they can. Like, ooh, let's see, y'all. I'm so irked. All of this could have been avoided if this racist ass white bitch who answered the door for the Indian men who were hunting the first vampire dude had just been like, oh yeah, this weird white dude did come by here. All this would have been nipped in the bud, but you had to be racist, and now we in this fucking predicament. Like, oh my god. Oh no, it did not burn down. Clearly that was just some symbolism. It did not burn down. So now the white people are approaching the juke joint, okay? Cousin preacher and that one lady is making out in this broom closet or whatever. First of all, y'all finna get gobbled up by some vampires. But aside from that, even if the vampires wasn't there, ain't this bitch married? Like, what? So cousin preacher, he tried to eat her pussy, right? And she like, oh, preacher boy, like, let me wash up first, whatever, right? So he like, you're beautiful. I just want to taste you. I ain't gonna hold you. You might want to let her wash up. I feel like, come on now. Now, granted, she dressed real nice, so I'm assuming she got money, right? But like, be fucking for real. Like, I feel like the coochie and the dick of that time probably was not tasting like A1 complete. Like, at least not just, like spontaneously. Like, you been in the motherfucking cotton fields picking cotton all day. It's probably a little twang to that. Like, yeah, you might want to let her like hit that thing with some soap and water. But like I said, she don't appear to be a sharecropper because she dressed real nice, got on cute gloves and stuff. But still, yeah, you just might want to like let her have a moment to herself. So the group of vampires, first of all, I think they got conjured there because of Cousin Preacher's song. Because like they said, it can, call to spirits, both past and future, so and so and so. So I think these vampires count as spirits and they were attracted by the music, right? But they're trying to be let in. So they do have to ask to be let in, right? So they're like, oh, we just came because we heard the good music and, we want to join y'all, right? So they like, oh yeah, like, can we come in? So the black people are like, nah, I don't think that's a good idea, right? Yes, please don't let their asses in, right? So then the white people, they're like, oh yeah, we just came to play music. We believe in equality in music. They pull out these damn banjos. Y'all, they started playing some old honky talk ass down, down. We were in the Appalachian Mountains. Like, the fuck? Like, this is not that type of party. Like, y'all not doing a good job of trying to get invited into this motherfucker for real. So one of the twins, and I can tell them apart now by their haircuts, because Red has like a short cut with like a little design in it, and Blue had that Gorilla Glue shit on his head, Gorilla Snot, whatever that shit is called, right? So one of them, I didn't look at the hair, so I don't know which one it was, but he was like, this is a blues joint, go take that honky tonk shit down back to your town, right? So then this vampire dude like, oh, can't we all just coexist for one night? No, bitch. No. The fuck, like, what? You the one who set this system up. So you think that when you want to come in my shit, then it's time to be like, oh, we can all just coexist. But when you created this whole system of white supremacy and you came up with the idea, oh, black people can't come to certain places and do certain shit, you was good with that. But as soon as black people get their own shit, suddenly you talk about, oh, but can't we coexist though? That's literally what happened in real life. White people were all set with this segregation shit. Oh, whites only, so and so and so. But then when we created our own shit and we were flourishing, and suddenly, oh, well, maybe we should integrate. Like, ooh, child. So Becky was talking to, I think Red is her man and Blue is with the black woman. Becky was talking to Red, and basically he was like, yeah, we finna go broke taking these promissory notes or whatever. And she was like, let me go talk to those white folks. They said they had good money to spend. At least they can come here and spend some money, right? So she go out there to talk to the white folks, right? Y'all. So they like, oh, yeah, we got money. So she's like, oh, well, show me, because anybody can say they got money. So they show her some gold coins. She said, what kind of money is that? And then she said, where's that from? And they said, a different time, a different place. What the fuck does that mean? Like, what? So then the guy says, oh, but I don't think money can fix, what you need because you in some deep, deep pain. So she says, yeah, my mom just died, right? And then the guy says, well, I can't help your mother with her fate, but I can keep you from facing yours, right? Basically, he said, I can make sure when you die, you come back to life, right? Which, little Becky don't know that, but... well, we know that, right? So then he starts salivating and his eyes turn red. So little Becky jumps back and she pulls out a gun. She like, yo, chill. She said, I'm about to head back inside and you go back to where the fuck you came from. And her dumb ass turns around as she's walking away. That's how you know this bitch is not black. Like, bro, why would you turn your back on somebody whose eyes just turned red and was salivating looking at you? Like, you should have walked backwards. Like, kept your eyes on that motherfucker as you stepped back. Like, what? She turned around. All you see is the vampire man jump up into the air. Y'all, I know he just made motherfucking tuna casserole out this bitch. Made motherfucking, I don't even know, ambrosia salad, y'all. Like, oh my goodness. Y'all, so little Becky comes to the door, right? And she's like, cornbread. And he's like, what you doing out here, little Becky? So she says, you gonna let me in or what? And he's like, of course, come on in. Y'all, we know this bitch a vampire. Now, this is why you don't, like, y'all, this is why you don't mess with white people. I don't care about the one drop rule about, well, in the eyes of white folks, she was black. So. This would have been avoided if this wannabe white bitch wasn't out there sniffing around. No black person would have went out there talking to this group of white people at night. No, but her ass, oh, well, they'll talk to me. They'll tell me the truth. Golly gee willikers, so and so and so. Go out there and get turned into a fucking vampire. Now she about to turn everybody else into vampires. This is what y'all niggas get. This is what y'all niggas get for really pretending that one droppers are black. Like, y'all deserve that dumb shit. Y'all was some freaky ass 1930 motherfuckers. So little Becky and Red is in the back about to hunch, right? So Becky is on top of him and she starts drooling, just like how that vampire started drooling in her face, right? So clearly she is a vampire, right? So Red is like, little Becky, you drooling. So then she says, oh, like, oh, my bad, right? So then they lay down and she's on top of him and she starts drooling again and the drool drips into his mouth. And look, y'all, I really don't like spit. Like, spit is so disgusting. I could never do something like that during sex. Like, ugh. So Becky did indeed bite Red. And Blue and Cousin Preacher walk in while she's biting him. And Blue shoots her, but she stands up like, bitch, I'm bulletproof. And runs off like, I'm finna eat all y'all niggas like a bowl of motherfucking chicken, right? So, also, cornbread never came back from peeing, okay? So, yeah, this is going to end part 2 because I'm 2/3 of the way in now. I think I'm about to go to sleep and finish watching this tomorrow because it is very late now. So we will see how this goes.